What is good, y'all? Sean, this Fool Game Man, back with yet another reaction video, baby. And today, we are back with another death battle! As today, we have Demon Slayer versus JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. This is Tanjiro versus Jonathan Joestar. Now, I will say, although I am big in anime, like getting into anime here recently. So as far as watching JoJo's, I have not seen it yet. So I don't know how strong Jonathan is, but to be compared to Tanjiro in some type of similar capacity, yeah, you see mine. So I want to be in the video here today. I gotta say he's pretty strong because I have seen Demon Slayer fully caught up, fully up to date with like the new seasons and everything like that. So to be compared to him, he must be of some type of strong caliber, I would assume. So I think this will be a pretty even battle off of what I know and all information that we have so far. I'm gonna go Tanjiro before the video starts, of course. But maybe my opinions will change after watching the video. So of course you already know, like, comment, subscribe when you wait until the video. If you enjoyed me, the video, my actions, the video. And if you want to see more death battles pop up on the channel, let me know down below which ones. But as far as the style of the video here today, obviously for copyright reasons, we're gonna cut some stuff out. So we're gonna cut out the backstory. I'm sure you guys have already seen it. Plus the original video will be down below in the description. But we're gonna show the stats, give another pre-fight prediction, watch the fight, and then drop our dubs and L's down in the chat, man. So right now, before the video even started, we want Tanjiro. Let's see if they can change my mind by showing me what Jonathan has to offer.
Tanjiro Kamado, the sun-breathing demon slayer swordsman.
Jonathan Joestar, the very first JoJo who ever Jojed.
These two anime monster hunters are as deadly with a blade as they are infinitely good-natured.
But don't cross them, else they might leave you breathless. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
This is gonna be interesting. So at least I got the name right though. That was the worst. That was the part I was most worried about. I just wanted to make sure I got at least the Joestar name part right. So without further ado, let's jump into it.
Breathing, which is so lame. Anybody can do that. Oh God, I was wrong.
The use of breathing is crucial to real-life martial arts. Deeper breaths massage the organs below the diaphragm, relaxing your body and lowering its energy requirement, while simultaneously giving you more energy to use.
Tanjiro mastered this breathing shit so well, he could do it in his sleep. Literally 24/7.
This is total concentration breathing, a technique developed by the Demon Slayers in order to massively increase their physical abilities to match their blatantly superhuman foes. Through the measured intake of oxygen, users can boost their concentration, reactions, and even manipulate the flow of their blood. This can help in slowing down poisons or speeding up the coagulation of wounds.
Which means he can use it to quickly recover in case of injury or fatigue, and Demon Slayers can combine their breathing with their blades for, well, katana magic!
Each breathing style is a separate form of sword combat. The first form Tanjiro mastered was water breathing, a flexible defensive style where a user's blade summons water to slice like a raging current.
Tanjiro's literal boneheaded stubbornness made him a prodigy demon slayer in no time.
He proved to be a tactical genius in combat, able to discern an opponent's weaknesses and exploit them in the heat of the moment. It was almost as if demon slaying was in his very blood.
Because it was! Hundreds of years ago, the creator of the very first breathing style taught this knowledge to Tanjiro's ancestors, who passed it down to Tanjiro himself.
This was the dance of the fire god, the Hinokami Kagura, sun breathing.
With sun breathing, Tanjiro's sword bursts into godlike flames that slow a demon's healing factor and can turn into a wicked fire dragon.
Sun breathing increases Tanjiro's speed and power, but at a cost. It will quickly tire him out, and overuse could severely debilitate him.
Which can also turn on this really distracting birthmark on his forehead.
Through intense stress and exertion, Tanjiro can activate this Demon Slayer mark, which boosts his already crazy strength and speed even further.
And gives him access to the see-through world. Basically, it slows down time for Tanjiro and gives him x-ray vision.
This allows him such a precise understanding of his opponent's muscle movements that he can predict their future actions. Sort of like a spider sense. He can even do the same with just his sense of smell. No Demon Slayer mark needed. Not only can his nose detect people from hundreds of yards away, it lets him find an opponent's opening in battle even easier than before.
You'd think being an anime swordsman would make Tanjiro even edgier than his blade, but he's basically the group mom, with an innocent little cherub sweetness matched only by his raw badassery.
Tanjiro is tough enough to survive being stabbed in the stomach, fast enough to dodge lightning, and strong enough to slice through and derail a literal demon train.
That demon turned himself into a train, Wiz! funniest shit I've ever seen. And this demon, Doma, was able to breathe the air into this giant ice statue in only a few seconds. That takes a lot of energy.
And Tanjiro's managed to keep up with similarly powerful demons like Hantengu, Akaza, and eventually the strongest of them all, Muzan himself.
With the help of his friends, of course.
It would take all their efforts and countless sacrifices, but Tanjiro and the Demon Slayers would continue to fight to realize their dream of a world that is safe for humanity. And whatever Inosuke is.
Y'all did not have to show that picture. And for y'all that don't know, I ain't spoiling nothing. Bitch, I am show that picture. Go get caught up if y'all not, bro. Demon Slayer is wicked. I had thought that he was gonna have that like a whole like unique, just like I don't know if I always knew it was sun breathing, but kind of watching it, I kind of felt like he was gonna be like the direct descendant. He was gonna be the one to kind of end up beating Muzan. I had that feeling from the first moments of watching the show. So to see it come full circle is crazy. Obviously, spoilers if you guys haven't seen it. But if you guys haven't, go catch up on Demon Slayer, bro. It actually is very, very good. It's a really good swordsman, obviously fighting demons type of anime, so action, and just basically kind of built all off sword play. No diddy. All off sword play and just how they just use their different forms, breathing, slicing. And honestly, one of my favorites is actually the thunder breathing, right? That they were show that was in Zetsu. Like, that's honestly one of my favorite breathing forms outside of the sun breathing, but y'all can go watch the show and go and get caught up on that. Now, let me get caught up on JoJo, though, so I can see if he's actually going to be much competition for Tanjiro. Tanjiro pretty tough.
Haman energy massively increases a user's physical abilities and allows them to disintegrate vampires with a single punch. In order to fight Dio, Zeppeli taught Jonathan everything he knew.
Like the zoom punch, where Jonathan stretches his arm and punches an opponent from far away like he jumped on a gum-gum fruit. He does this by using the ripple to dull the pain of dislocating his shoulder before snapping it back. That might sound crazy, but there are real-life examples of breathing basically giving people superpowers.
Like the Dutch adventurer Wim Hof, who can survive being nearly totally submerged in ice water for almost 2 hours. Through forced exhalation, Hof drops his oxygen levels in order to supercharge his body's thermoregulation and release euphoric chemicals to numb the pain, just like the zoom punch.
Mod is basically just like the Eastern idea of chi. Voila! Which is circulated through the body by, what else? Breathing. And just like chi, it can do lots of crazy shit.
Like walking on water, magnetizing plants, or controlling an enemy's muscles. It can even be transferred through solid surfaces like metal.
And he can catch his fists on fire and slam you senseless with his patented Sunlight Yellow Overdrive. It'll leave any monster smiling and satisfied.
Jonathan took these skills as he, Zeppeli, and the definitely not just there for exposition Speedwagon invaded Dio's domain and waged war against an army of bloodthirsty zombies.
Including Dio's right-hand monsters, Bruford and Tarkus. Tarkus was strong enough to rip entire boulders out of the ground and slice through a cliff with one swing. He can even snap JoJo's neck and cut our old pal Zeppeli in half. Rest in peace, creepy floating Italian man. Sorry you had to be born the mentor. Hope none of your relatives die horrifying death too.
Before succumbing, Zeppeli's last act was to pass his ripple onto Jonathan, not only allowing him to heal his own broken neck, but also combine their energies together.
And making JoJo strong enough to cut through Tarkus's giant arm. Not with his nifty new sword, Pluck, with his bare goddamn hand.
With this power boost, Jonathan faced Dio once and for all, and fisted him with his raging hot ripple. Wait.
Now, Fisted Dio was pretty impressive, considering Dio could later fight faster than light stands like Star Platinum. Hell, even other Ripple users like Joseph can dodge beams of light too.
But more than his strength or speed, or even Haman, Jonathan's greatest strength was always his intelligence and unstoppable determination. It was that burning drive for justice that defeated Dio all those years ago, and the same one that defeated him again. But this victory was bittersweet.
He may be built like a brick shithouse, but Jonathan's got the personality of a golden retriever. Even after everything Dio did to him, all the lies and abuse and dad murder, Jonathan still loved him like a brother, and still cried those hot, wet 80s Manamade tears.
And even after Dio returned on Jonathan's wedding night to murder him and steal his body, Jonathan sacrificed himself so his wife and unborn child could escape. But he did not die in vain. His bloodline would continue throughout the ages, spawning a line of illustrious and bizarre heroes who would crush Dio's plans and save the universe.
And they all had one thing in common. His name, JoJo. Wait, is the ripple his
Hey, look, everything's been set up and gone through. I gotta say, I'm still rolling with Tanjiro. The ripples do add a nice little ripple effect as far as being able to undo his bones, stuff like that. But I feel like we see it a lot with the demons that Tanjiro fights. It's just gonna be all about, can he get to that neck? No diddy. And go ahead and slice right through that thing. So I think that he can do it. I'm rolling Tanjiro on this one. Let me know down below who you guys are going with before we get into the fight. And of course, at the end of the fight, dubs or L's with whoever comes out on top. Let's get to it.
Step aside! I've sworn to slay all of Dio's demonic minions. I don't know who you are, but you better leave her alone. You poor wretch, shackled by the chains of this harpy's insidious mind control. On my honor, as a gentleman, I will free you!
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Did you bump your head?
Total concentration! Water breathing! Most unorthodox! You fight with valor, noble swordsman, but I know the burning passion of my heart will carry me through!
Oh, he's kind of adorable! Like a puppy! I wonder if he has a caretaker nearby.
You're mine! Valiant footwork!
No kamikaze!
Nice try! Incredible! You could teach me a thing or two! Sonic overdrive!
His breathing is carrying some kind of energy. Like me.
That means I know how to stop him! He's focusing on my neck. Does he know? Metal Silver Overdrive! I got you! Fate! He's going for my lungs!
2 inches off.
Did he dodge?
Yes. I have no sword.
She's my sister.
On my honor, as a gentleman, I will protect her with my life.
Damn. Alright, we got an L on that one. I can see it. They did mention how, like, with breathing, you can, like, move different parts of your body and stuff like that. And I guess it'll make more sense for JoJo to do that more so than Tanjiro, seeing that he actually battles with his fist. And once you lose your sword and Demon Slayer, I mean, it's kind of wraps. So, yeah. I'll take the L on that one. I'll take the L on that one.
KO! I'm not crying. I'm only crying really hard. Holy shit, hold me, bro.
Please don't touch me. On paper, Tanjiro did initially seem to have more advantages in this bout.
For sure. He'd been training for way longer than Jonathan, and with way more experienced teachers. Tanjiro's Demon Slayer journey took place over a couple of years, while Jonathan's ripple training was less than a month.
Tanjiro was obviously a superior swordsman with a variety of powerful techniques and katana magic, while Jonathan really only improvised as a swordsman.
But that's where the advantages stop. Sure, Jonathan wasn't a natural swordsman, but he more than made up for it in hand-to-hand combat, while Tanjiro was pretty much out of options without a blade.
Jonathan also had an edge in strength. Comparing Tanjiro to Doma and JoJo to Tarkus, Jonathan was over twice as strong, and while Tanjiro later fought the more powerful Muzan, Jonathan did the same with Dio.
He was way faster too. While Tanjiro and his pals could dodge lightning, we can compare Jonathan to other ripple users like Joseph who could dodge light, which is over 3,000 times faster. That might seem crazy, but in part 3, Dio was able to keep up with stands like Star Platinum, which can move faster than light. Dio did this on his own, and that was while using Jonathan's body.
Even with multiple ways to predict Jonathan's movements and see the flow of his ripple with X-ray vision, Tanjiro would not have been fast enough to keep up.
Especially with the ripple backing him up. Sure, the water and fire Tanjiro generates is impressive, but Jonathan was tough enough to power through it. Tanjiro, though, had no way to defend against the ripple bypassing his durability and directly messing with his organs.
Such as manipulating his muscles like a puppeteer, or directly shutting off his brain or heart, something other ripple users have done to ordinary humans with a single zap. And Jonathan had the opportunity to do this literally every time Tanjiro blocked his blade.
Sure, Tanjiro could recover himself with a breath, but that'd be a breath spent healing and not, fighting.
And while sun breathing's overuse was dangerous to Tanjiro, JoJo's Hamon had no such drawback.
Which meant that JoJo could keep fighting for as long as he needed to.
Tanjiro was never going to go down easy, but Jonathan...
We'll go ahead and end the video because I'm not sure what exactly was happening.
Basically, I think we kind of get to. I've never had it in the video, so bro. But I mean, we kind of get like basically the ending here. It's basically all about the strength and the fact that the ripple actually does have more of an effect on the body than Tanjiro can handle. And one of Tanjiro's biggest weaknesses is if he loses his sword, his wraps. GG's, no reads. So, like I said, I always take the L on this one. JoJo's a lot stronger than I would have thought. Maybe their universe is a lot stronger than Demon Slayer's, and I didn't know that. So let me know down below. Is JoJo's Bizarre Adventures one of your top 3 or top 5 favorite animes? Where does it rank for you, and where does Demon Slayer rank for you? Is it better, worse, and what is your top 3 or top 5? Drop it down below. I'll drop mine too as well if I start to see you guys commenting and everything like that. We're going to rock out like that. So I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for coming in for the death battles and showing all the love and support for these that you guys do. Got a couple more planned for you guys, so stay tuned. Catch you guys in the next video. It's your boy, Sean Too Smooth, aka Black Okage, Black Avatar, and King Leo, aka. What would my breathing be? Black breathing. No, I really have no idea, but I would love to incorporate that sun breathing. Let me go ahead and get that. Let me do the ripples with the sun breathing. I bet you I'll be the most unstoppable person after Naruto. I ain't no disrespect, G. But I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. I'm going for today. Peace.